we're going to check the game settings for Imperiums Greek Wars. If you want to follow the gameplay video, you can go and find it on my channel. I always do it in the same video, but this time I decided to do it apart. So let's go to game settings and we begin with player. The settings here are very interesting. You have unit settings for AI actions filter, and you can see that the filter of what AI actions are to be displayed during opponent's turns. You can see significant, critical, or all. Significant is show only AI actions that happen in the proximity of your borders, and critical show only AI actions that directly involve or concern you. Look, this has a lot of similarities with what you can do in Total War, which is very well appreciated for a game like this one. We're going to go for significant. Only enemy actions means that turn on or off the option to see the enemy actions only. And here we have actions related to me. So this is to see enemy actions relevant for you. Automatic unit selection and automatic unit deselection. We have unit size. The standard is 3. So if you want to see how the unit looks in the unit size number 3, you can go and check my video in which I talked about the demo and I did the tutorial there. This time we're going to try out the unit size number 1. We're going to uncheck center on active unit. Fast unit movement is going to be unchecked, and zoom on attack, which means that we're going to enable the automatic camera zoom every time that there is an attack. UI settings, activate advisor, yes, of course, and show confederation messages. We're not going to check that, but overall, these are the game settings for player. In graphics, this is another thing. You have to save player options each time you change to the other tab. Let's go to graphic card. Here you can see my graphic card. You can see that I use the normal resolution. Anti-aliasing, I'm going to reduce it a little bit. Window mode full screen. 2D view means that this might be a good solution for strategy veterans who prefer a simplified map view or players with low-end PCs. This is a 2D view for map views, I believe. UA scaling, we can change it. The normal is 100%. Terrain detail, high, and shadow quality. I always recommend to lower the shadow quality because shadow quality, more often than not, is going to take a lot of the performance from your computer. It doesn't matter if it's high-end or whatever. It's always good to have it in a low setting. Then we have show fog. Of course, we want to have fog, especially if you are in a war game. Tree detail high and texture detail high, even though it is not a realistic looking graphics game, but evidently we want to have this high because in these cases, if you lower the graphics here, the graphics are going to look very, very weird. Now here it says that turning off the techniques might increase the speed of rendering. But I don't need that. And VSync, of course. Okay, now let's go to audio. Now, specifically, if you want to record Imperium Greek Wars, I'm going to recommend to uncheck music. In this case, the music of this game is copyrighted. So I like this settings for Imperium Greek Wars. The reason is that you have a lot of control in what you want to hear. For example, you can check or uncheck terrain sounds and movement sounds and also the game sounds. But you can also tweak with these sliders how much of that sound you want to hear. For example, terrain sounds is now in 30, which I'm going to increase a little bit to 45 or 46, something like that. Movement sounds is not bad, but I'm going to reduce it a little bit, at least lower than the terrain sounds. And music volume, we don't have music, so we're going to go to 0. Game sounds. Game sounds are going to be, for example, something that I would increase a little bit more. And simplified greeting sounds is for default greeting sounds are replaced with simple game sounds. We don't need that. Greeting sounds volume in 70 is okay, so we save. Keyboard, of course, we have all of the keyboard settings here. Mouse, you have mouse sensitivity, alternative mouse control, map scrolling on edges, which we are going to check. I think this is the default. Edge scrolling delay, you have map scrolling speed and tooltip pop-up delay, which also sometimes is very useful. Left-hand mouse or mouse lock or mouse smoothness. We're not going to touch anything about those. And finally, we have language, which you can select evidently the language that you wish.